Welcome, mortal fools, to the most terrifying, spectacular show on Earth. Fasten your seatbelts and hold on tight, and take a ride with the Dark Carousel Podcast. Welcome, mortals! Let's fucking ride! On the DCP!
Yeah, but you were told by the official boss to stay the fuck out of it.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Dark Carousel Podcast. We have been gone for a bit, but that is because life gets in the way sometimes. We had some interesting interviews last week.
We had a lot last week, so
it was a good one,
yeah.
but we only have one this week. This is our little break. Today we get to speak with a gentleman named Avel from Field of Screams, Maryland. Not the one in Pennsylvania, Maryland. He's been doing it for 9 years, guys. He has an extraordinary background. Really excited. He looks fantastic. His character looks amazing. I know he goes by Rebel Riot on Instagram, so go check him out on Instagram. And before we get into any of the details of this interview, we're going to get a big old shout out to the lovely genius behind Frankenfuel. Guys, Mike Casavant is a fucking genius for creating one of the best energy drinks in the industry.
Genius.
All right, guys, if you want to get franked and you want to get freshly shocked, go to frankenfuel.com/DCP to get 15% off your next purchase. Guys, the zero sugar is hands down one of my favorite ones. I know Steve over here, he likes drinking them. I like drinking them. I love the green ones, the sugar ones.
Yeah, remind me of that when the show's over. Remind me of that. I was going to tell you something about that.
But super pumped about the fact that he is starting to get into more stores like Hot Topic all across the country. It's not in every Hot Topic, but I know there's a few here in Ohio. But majority of them, they're getting there, progressing. So last year we talked to Frankie P from Brighton Asylum. Lovely fucking kid. I know his enthusiasm. Did I say last year?
Yeah.
Last week. Sorry.
There you go.
Last week, he's from Brighton Asylum. He has the enthusiasm.
During that whole interview, dude, I swear, I kept my mouth shut, but I kept thinking that he was from Laurel's, and I knew he wasn't, but I kept telling him, no, he's not.
We did a lot of Laurel's.
I know, and that's why I kept thinking it, but I didn't say none, but I was like, yeah, I know he's from Brighton. But
So definitely go check out Frankie P's interview on Spotify. And we spoke to the man, the myth, the legend.
yeah, you need to upload those on YouTube, because everybody's bitching.
I know.
I was like, I thought you were putting them on YouTube. I said, he hasn't got there yet.
Dude, I've been lazy. And then we talked to Vincent Castiglia, the lovely man from Brooklyn, New York, that paints with his own blood. And this is the man that painted the guitar of Gary Holt from Slayer, and also other major people like Greg Allman. One of his things that he made for him. And then just go look up Vincent Castiglia gallery on.
Shit's crazy.
Amazing dude. And then we talked to Snuggles from Woods of Terror. The dude he loves chickens.
Yeah.
Loves, hands down. They're all three haunters. Even though even though Vincent is not like considered a haunter, through my eyes, he's a haunter because he has a passion and dedication like we do. And those 3 episodes last week were so extraordinary because everybody had a different story and an aspect of what we really are in this lovely little haunt industry. But yeah, today we're gonna speak to Avel from Field of Screams, Maryland. Again, like we do on every episode, we don't really dive deep into people because we like raw reactions, raw attitudes.
Well, it's the same thing like how some of these people like want to do like a video thing with us beforehand. I don't want to do that.
I know. I don't want to know who you are, dude.
I want to wait till the show, damn it.
It's not like, no offense to anybody, but it's just so much better to have like raw reactions and stuff. But I hope everybody's having a wonderful week. I know haunt season is officially over, guys. Holiday seasons, Christmas haunts are coming up. Everything's happening. A big old shout out to Hell's Dungeon. Love you guys. Fred Hearn, dude. I know you're going through a lot of shit right
keep
now.
doing you, man.
You keep fucking doing you, Fred, because you know what? You're a fucking rejects. We're all rejects, and we will always use you as an example of a true owner of a haunt. Hands down. There's reasons behind that, but I'm not going to say that on the show. But, guys, it's been a hell of a year. Definitely super honored to speak with every single one of you and diving down and getting deep inside your brains and listening to your lovely little stories. But there's many more to come. We are on the lookout for many more people. So if you have a very unique style of haunting or you have a hell of a story to give us on the Dark Carousel Podcast, shoot us a message on TikTok or on
We'll research
Instagram.
you.
We'll research
We'll
you.
look at your background. We'll look at your 401k and see what you're worth, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah, and then you're going to have to, like, give us your social security number, your bank account number, your routing number, and, we'll just see if you're worth it.
Yeah.
I'm joking. No, I'm not, because you're going to give me all your money. Just kidding. Or am I? But super, super pumped about diving deep into Avel's mind and really understanding the backstory of the 9 years he's been as a haunter. Again, I don't really know much about him. I know he looks great. I know his costumes. He made a few of them, so I'm really excited to dive deep into that aspect. I did send him the message, so he just seen it just now, so should be joining here any minute. But he's been reaching out to us and telling us how he appreciates what we're doing for the haunt industry, and I appreciate that a lot because we both kick ass. We both struggle through this. And man, I tell you what, it is a battle and it is hard. And again, guys, yes, we use AI. And if you don't like it, well, there's the door. That is my respectful way to say, fuck you. Yes, I understand that there are commission works out there. We're doing our best we can. It isn't
Commission works only work when you have money.
Yeah, and right now, since it's the holiday season and stuff, it's just really hard, especially when you have a family and stuff. It doesn't mean we don't disrespect it. We just love it. But we got the man, the myth, the legend. Dude, your room looks fucking amazing. Can you hear us? Maybe?
Oh, there you go. It should have worked now.
Are we good?
Y'all can hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Yeah, look at that. Dude, your room looks amazing.
Thank you.
Wow.
This is me and my partner is Madness.
Fuck yeah. Dude.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, cool. This is
It's
great.
like controlled mess, you know?
But
like,
it's a controlled environment that's just chill as fuck. I'm enjoying that. Hell yeah. Well,
Exactly.
cool, dude. Let me introduce ourselves, and we'll start this lovely little show. My name is Arthur. You've been speaking to me on Instagram back and forth. Really excited to finally speak with you. And then this is Steve. This is the man, the myth, the legend, Steven. And we're the Dark Carousel Podcast, dude. And I know you messaged us here and there on Instagram, and we highly appreciate your comments of what you say about us and stuff. And, really finally... really excited to finally dive deep into your brain because we've been watching you for a little bit and seeing your style of haunting, and it really stood out to us because, one, you show a lot of passion and dedication into your work, and then in the fact of like a few of your costumes that you personally made, which I was like, fuck yeah, I want to know how the hell he came up with this and where this lovely little brain of his started. So if you want to start off by introducing yourself and letting everybody know where you're from and what got you into this lovely world of haunting.
for sure. So I'm Avel. I first started when I was like about 14. I started at Bennett's Curse. I was haunting there for about like 7 years, roughly. And then I moved to Field of Screams, Maryland, which I continued the rest of my character creation and other different types of facets included with that method. So,
Well, cool. So I feel like an idiot. I called you Avel, like a dumbass. I'm so
No,
sorry
that's-
about that, but Avel
No,
sounds
that's
so
all
much
good.
better.
yeah, I usually tell people, think of like Adele, the singer. Like
Okay.
nobody can forget her, but
No.
just put a V on it.
Okay. Oh, that makes a lot more sense. Jesus Christ, I'm a dumbass. Tells you about my my literature.
No, you're good. You're good.
All right, cool, dude. Well, that's awesome. So, how old were you when you first started your first haunt?
I was 14.
14 years old. So,
Yeah.
and how old are you now?
I'm 23.
23. So for, what is that? Almost.
Well, actually, I'm about to be 23. I'm 22.
Okay. So everybody
Yeah.
hates you when you're 23. Sorry. So this, you just finished up your 9th season, correct?
Yep.
Awesome. So when you first started into this haunt industry when you were 14 years old, how did it get brought to your attention?
I think my mom found it in like a paper, or she was like looking through Facebook, being a Facebook mom,
Yeah.
and she was just like, "Oh, you get credits for doing little side jobs and whatnot at your high school, so why don't you try haunt acting?" And I guess she's always known me as like just wanting to dress up as like movie characters. Like growing up, I always dressed up as like Marvel characters or like Jason or Freddy or just anything that wasn't me
Yeah.
that I was really comfortable with. My mom kind of saw that and was like, "Oh yeah, this would probably be the job for you."
Sounds like you didn't have a choice.
Yeah.
You're doing it, and you're gonna like
You're
it.
gonna fucking
Yeah.
love it. It doesn't matter what you want.
Exactly.
So, when you first stepped into, what was that haunt again? That you first worked at?
Bennett's Curse.
Bennett's Curse. So
Yep.
when you first walked into that, and here you are, 14 years old, what were you feeling? And like, were you like super excited? Were you nervous? Were you trying to study the fact of like, okay, what do I do? Like, how was your first steps into the haunt world?
Um, it was all that and more. I was definitely nervous, but I was also very excited, just having a sense of community,
Yeah.
like being around other people that I knew were just as odd as I was and kind of like spoke a similar language. So it was exciting, but also uh, nervous to act. And like everybody starts off, they're like they don't want to look like a fool, or you know they don't want to like mess up or anything.
Oh,
So
absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah,
all those things.
it's really hard to step into an industry or just in a new realm where it's a at first you don't know it's a judgment free zone in a way, and you can act however you want, you can be whatever you want. And when you first go out there, it's like, all right, so here I am, I'm just this normal guy just going out there just trying to be somebody, but I don't know who the hell I'm going to be. So when you first got that green light to be a scare actor, and the guys came through and say, all right, first customers are in line, they're about to come through, where was your brain at?
um I think I just kind of winged it. I winged it eventually until I kind of got into a groove, and I started finding more closure in playing something that you don't see on a daily basis.
Right.
And it was like, oh, well, they don't see me because I'm wearing a mask, so they wouldn't know if I like who I am if I mess up or do whatever. So it's like that's kind of out the window. So
Absolutely.
I guess just that realization made me gradually more fluent within that night.
Oh, fuck yeah. And
Yeah.
I think that's the coolest thing about being a haunt actor, because you can finally express yourself in so many ways without people, judging you. Which I fucking hate. I hate that people just judge you in this world. But in reality, it's like, I always tell people, I don't give a fuck. I'm a haunt actor. I dress up as a monkey, and I'm 33 years old. What's up? What do you got on me?
Right. Right. Exactly.
So, and it's just a fun thing. So, when was your first moment when you realized that this is what you want to do?
Um, I would say probably when I stepped into Field of Screams. Just because of the fact that they kind of entrusted like me with my character. They entrusted me with my visions and what I wanted. They gave me that creative freedom. And I feel like not even just in the haunt actor world, but just in any facet of self-projecting creativity, you need people around you that can just believe in what you have. Because it's one of the most difficult facets to be an artist, because it's like you have to convince everybody what you're saying is real,
Yes.
and to separate that from the practicality is like very, it's like trying to convince somebody at Shark Tank or something, like,
Yeah.
but it's not that crazy. It's just like, you know, this is what I want to do, and this makes sense to me. So is that enough for you? You know?
Yeah, and I think that's like really good to like hold that against yourself, because it's like, if you believe in yourself and other people don't, eh, who cares? Trust me
Yeah.
though.
As long as you enjoy it, that's all that matters.
That's all that matters. Like
Oh yeah.
the fact that you gave 100% and into yourself and made other people, believe in you, you stood out in a unique way. So you're able to go out there and be yourself and not be somebody that either is like copycatting or somebody that you're not. Like you're physically going out there and being yourself. And I think that's probably the most unique about like being like an official haunt actor, because if you can't go out there and be yourself, then let's take a step back and let's fix this problem.
Indeed.
What,
Absolutely.
what really got you into the fact of your character? What's your character's name exactly?
So I have two
Okay.
currently. So the one with the spikes, he's Riot. He's my clown character. He was actually my first ever fleshed out character that I made last year. And then I have another character named Ruvik. He kind of looks like a zombie. He's got like this belt thing that goes around his chest and
Yeah.
shoulder. So yeah, those are the two characters I have currently.
Now, with those two characters, which they are completely different styles of monsters, as other people call it,
Yeah,
how would you describe Riot compared to, what was the other one's name?
Ruvik.
Ruvik. What's the difference between them two?
So the difference between those two is Riot plays on. They both play. Okay, so they both essentially play on interior um, traumas and insecurities, uh, essentially made into a horrific exterior.
Okay.
Riot, hence the name Rebel Riot, kind of plays into just the rebellious nature, the impulsive nature. This is just a phase,
Yeah.
but not really. It's like a lifestyle at this point,
Yeah.
and people are appreciating it. So Riot kind of plays on just that freedom, that self that self interiored phoenix
Like
for
a
me
like a
personally.
what are those called? Anarchist people? Like how like they're just like those punk rocky, Jesus Christ. There's people like old punk rock bands, they go out there and they do their own thing. Like I got these vibes when I seen Riot for the first time, and I saw how you posted your pictures. Like I just see somebody just rocking the anarchy, not giving a fuck. This is who I am. Fuck you guys. I'm gonna take over this world. I'm gonna burn it down while I'm walking. That is,
Yep, absolutely. He's also supposed to be kind of that symbol because uh, just that visual example to people that you can do that
yeah,
and you can have that creative freedom. And I kind of wanted him to be that mascot where people can like not only notice it's him just from makeup, but also notice it's him when the light's off. Like, oh, that's Riot. That's I could see his spikes. I could see the long hair. Like I could still tell that's him.
yeah.
So I wanted him to be very apparent to people. I wanted him to stand out as much as I possibly could, for sure.
Now, what about the other character?
So Ruvik plays into relationship abuse. So he plays into for me at least. I'm a male potty person, but I'm non-binary. I'm queer,
Okay.
and I have gone through a lot of situations where people kind of like have um, play down on my emotions and how I feel as a person. They're just like, oh, if you're dating, a female body person, a woman, then you can't deal with those traumas and you can't, project these emotions in this way because of your role,
Right.
of what you were born to be. You can't feel that way. So Ruvik kind of plays into a representation of that for me. If you'd like to hear a little synopsis of his backstory,
Go for it.
so Ruvik essentially is my first character that I kind of wanted to play into like folklore and creepypastas,
Okay.
that culture of
Yeah.
media that I grew up with. And essentially, he is this character that was pushed and motivated by his father to go and kill witches because he's a witch hunter,
Oh,
essentially.
okay.
and it's kind of like the whole like dynamic. Have you ever seen like How to Train Your Dragon
Yes.
with like Hiccup's dad, where he's like, you got to kill dragons, like there's no other way,
Yeah.
basically, or else you're banished. Fuck. So basic, basically, that's kind of the same method. Ruvik wasn't really given a choice. He was just like, hey, go kill witches. I don't really care about how you feel about this. This is my name that you're holding, and our legacy. So Ruvik goes, tries to find this witch in the woods. He finds the witch. The witch eradicates him immediately. He doesn't stand a chance. As soon as he sees the witch, he gets killed. And then he gets brought back from the dead by the same witch, which goes by Sedona. And she essentially kind of manipulates him to fall in love with her. And she does it in a way, like in her mind, what she thinks love is. And each time he remembers who he is, and he snaps out of the trance that he's in, she kills him again. So each day she kills him, and he remembers who he is. He decays each time he comes back.
Right.
And the whole idea between the two, both of the dynamics, is Ruvik is remembering who he is, because her spell essentially only works on people of ill intention. Ruvik's intention was never to kill her. That was his father's. So he's always able to keep that purity within his soul. So the dynamic between the two is he has control, but he kind of likes the idea that Sedona is doing that, because Sedona is showing him some type of love, even though it's not the best kind of love. So the dynamic between the two is Sedona doesn't know how to love, and Ruvik doesn't know how to ask. And that's the dynamic between those two characters, essentially.
I love that a lot, that you're bringing personal stuff into your characters, because I've learned so far with all the people that we've talked to, they've always either had a struggle in their life, or there's trauma, but like you just kind of just put the nail straight into the wood with that, because it's like you're not afraid to openly do that. It seems like you're like, this is who I am, and I love that. That's really good. That's really good to have that literally on your shoulders, because it shows who you really are as a haunter. As like your identity of being like a queer person, has that like shaped you more into the haunt industry to perform like better, or does it make sure that it's who you are as your character to perform? I don't know how to ask that question. How is you get what I'm trying to ask you?
Yeah. So for me, I guess it helped with just not giving a fuck, just not caring about the standard of things, because I kind of was just like, yeah, I'd like to play like AFAB characters, female at birth characters. I'd like to play male characters. I'd like to play androgynous characters, and I've always kind of appeared to people already androgynous. So kind of like putting that into my creativity kind of relinquished any mess that I had that was like given to me growing up. Like, hey, you can't do that. You're a guy. You can't do that shit. You can't do this. You can't wear boobs, and you can't shake your boobs in people's face.
Right.
You're a guy. Can't do that. So I'm like, well, why not? In my opinion, I feel like some of the best actors and creatives are the ones that can gender bend, that can be anything.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I know there is an actor, I mean, he's not gay or anything, but he likes he has one of his characters. I forget what his character's name is, but it kind of reminds me of the movie The Woman in Black, for instance.
Mm-hmm.
He wears a dress, but he has a massive beard.
Yeah.
Long red hair.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just very odd. Not because of the fact he's wearing a dress, it's because of how he wears it and how he portrays it and how he really projects it to these people, because he hides his beard with a veil all the time. So he talks in this like really seductive voice, high pitch, and then he lifts it up and you see his giant beard and you're like, whoa, dude, I was not
Yeah.
expect, but it's just really cool because I've learned so far. Because like, dude, I even thought about next year buying this old Victorian dress and turning it into something just weird.
You should wear a corset with it.
I'm gonna wear a thong.
Okay.
But
Oh, yes.
it's okay to really express yourself with your characters because it's who we are as hunters, and I love that. I love that so much. But
Absolutely.
the
And you
biggest
never run out of material that way.
Yeah.
never, and like
Mhm.
it fuels the characteristics and character development each and every year. But the question is, what really fuels the fire for you to come back each and every year?
Um, I feel like, well, I feel like each and every year I get better with um, whether it be dialogue or scares or improv, and just that idea alone of knowing that I'm constantly growing because it never ends for me. Essentially, like once the
Love
season's
that.
over, it never truly ends. So every time, November hits and, everybody's doing their after parties, I'm working on character concepts and costumes and designs and drawings and music. And I'm constantly adding to this world. And then by the time Halloween is around, then y'all get to see what I've been working on.
Yeah.
So, um, yeah, I guess I guess what fuels me most also about that is just, um, I mean, when things are done to you, it doesn't necessarily need to, things aren't necessarily explained to you why it's done.
Yeah.
Things just happen. And for me to make a character and stem it from a really tragic thing that may have happened to me and then go up to people and people get scared or people love it or people want to take pictures or people want to make fan art, it kind of heals that for me because it's like I'm showing you something that was very tragic to me and it's now becoming redefined because to you you love it.
Yeah.
So I'm turning such a tragic thing on its head and making I'm making I'm turning shit into gold,
Yeah,
essentially.
you're on top of it, just strangling the fuck out of it. Like, yeah, you ain't gonna take over me,
You're my
motherfucker.
bitch.
You're fucking
Yep.
mine.
Yep.
I love that so much because like that's how I am. Like I honestly, as crazy as is, even though it's tattooed on my knuckles, I hate Halloween because it's the end of spooky season. But I also love it because that's character developing
Mhm.
season for me.
Spit it
part.
out.
I have like right now I'm in the process of trying to build a trick or treater.
Okay.
That is my haunt character for next year.
Mhm.
I did it on Halloween because we worked.
I'm just
on
gonna throw
Halloween.
candy at you.
Well, I'm not. Well, here's the thing. I'm not gonna have candy. My obsession.
You might not. That doesn't mean I won't.
Well, that's fine.
And it don't mean I won't chuck it at you.
I will dodge it. I'm
No.
like
Because if
meat.
you do like the trick or treat thing, and you like wear a little paper bag with a painted face, yeah, you ain't gonna be able to see fast enough.
Probably not. No, I know. Like with like my character that I'm gonna try to develop. Like right now, I got a decent backstory for the most part, but I just know that his obsession is fingers. I don't know.
Okay.
He loves fingers, and I was on Etsy and I found like these realistic like
The silicone fingers.
Yeah, the severed fingers.
And
Like
just
eight-
put those in your bucket.
well, those are be in my bucket. So like $8 a piece. So if I buy like 60 of those throughout the year, I'll have plenty of them. Just,
Mhm.
but I won't ever hand them out. They're my fucking
Shit.
fingers. Don't you touch my
Yeah.
fingers.
People will be stealing them.
But here's the other thing: if I am gonna hand them out, I'm gonna try to find a way to make fake fingernails to pass those out. So it's just to get the
I
griminess.
guess
in
I'll
it.
get to cutting now.
Yeah. Now, so what is your favorite thing to do right before green light starts? Like, what's one of your rituals that you love doing?
Um, so one of my rituals is I work with this amazing artist and actor. Uh, they go by Ribs the Clown on Instagram.
Okay.
I Yeah, I love to hype them up. I love to talk with them. I love to kind of like jump up and down and get myself ready and amped. And yeah, I kind of just like to like talk to them and like get some insight on how they're feeling and if they're, how excited they are about this. And that kind of excites me. That makes me happy and that makes me want to do it because like on top of me wanting to do it, I know that we are both, the stars are aligning for our consciences to do what we need to do. So
And the cool thing is, dude, they look awesome because the way I'm looking at ribs right now, and
mhm.
I just love it so much. But it's so cool that somebody can express themselves the way, you know, that Ribs does it. It's like, oh my God, like you don't see stuff like that because in order to project yourself the way that you guys do it is so unique because there's so much passion and dedication being shown in each and every one of your guys' posts because you're I don't know how to explain it. You're doing it. That's the coolest thing about what you guys are doing. But when you guys are creating your characters, what is like one of your fascinations that you love doing?
So when specifically, I guess we're both creating characters, we like to, I guess I'm more of like the conceptual, like lore creating, uh, person who kind of like puts the stories together, puts the themes together and whatnot. They breathe life into this character that is from the same world as the character I'm working on. So we like to kind of like have uh, a dual show going on where if I do Ruvik, they do their Sedona characters. So we both come from like the witch trials esque era, and then if I'm doing because they did Ribs before I did Riot, and then I did Riot, and then we both kind of like originated from like old like music and eras of time. So they did more like circus esque freak show. I did more Norwegian black metal, uh, and just that era of time period with the church burnings and all that. So we kind of just matched the themes with how we feel about experiences we've gone through, and just what sticks, what looks really cool.
So you two are basically like the dynamic duo when it
Oh
comes to
yeah,
okay.
yeah, we definitely can be.
So when did that start to happen? The dynamic duo for you two?
So that started when because we met each other at Field of Streams, Maryland. That
Okay.
was like our first date,
Okay.
which was fun. So our first date was the day that I first got hired there, and we met, and we from the haunts that we both worked at before, we both already had like an idea of like how to play clowns and like being versatile in other fields of characters and stuff like that. So um, yeah, that's kind of where that started, and then just sprung for what it is.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Now, like to have that person by your side and you two are acting, what's like one of your do you guys feed off of each other or is it like complete opposite where one does the other and the other one does that? Like I know
Hmm.
like when I'm working with Steve, like he's like more of entertaining and I'm
Hmm.
more of uh, in your face or just creepy and awkward. Like I'm planning to scare you. I'm planning to make you feel as awkward as I can.
I'm like tour guide Barbie. Like I'm literally like I find myself because half the time anymore even when I'm in character because I run around the Midway and our park is huge. We got 6 different attractions, so I'm running around this whole park half the time, pointing people out. Like, hey, here you go, over there. Where's this at? Over here. I mean, I'm doing it in character. Don't get me wrong, but still.
I just stalk people now,
Yeah.
That's fair.
and it's some people call me weird because it's like, you know, I love stalking people, and it sounds fucked for saying it like that in a normal life, but to have have permission to stalk people without getting in trouble is great, and I've learned to really discover different ways of finding fear. Like with me, like I used to be in your face, insulting, be a clown, like, you know, just do stupid shit. But I discovered a way to do a silent character in a way where I don't have to say nothing to you. I just follow you and I do the whole staring technique where yeah, I'll stare at you. All right,
Hmm.
so then that's when, like, and I explain this a lot on the show. Like, I'll stare at you, but then I'll stare. They'll start insulting me, I'll just keep staring. So then it's like, oh, so let's crack jokes at this dude wearing this monkey. Well, I'm just gonna keep staring. The lights are on, dude. My house upstairs has been vacant. I cannot talk today, Steven. Vacant for a very long time. Well, I keep staring. Well, that's when the awkwardness starts kicking in, and then that's when I'm locked in. So once I get to that awkward stage, I just walk off. I just leave it alone, do my own thing, and that's basically it on that. And it's really fun, and I love the aspect of just like making people feel very, very uncomfortable. Now, what is one of your guys' like styles of like? Well, so let's talk about your both characters.
Mm-hmm.
Are you more in your face character, or are you a stand back character?
I'm more in your face.
Let's go.
It also does depend because there's times where we can bounce off each other, and then there's times where, depending on the crowd, I could be more in your face, and then they could do dialogue, or they can kind of like stalk them, set them up, and then I can scare them, or vice versa. So it really depends on like where we are, the people we're around, because the main thing we play off of is the energy of the crowd and the people, and that kind of fuels the improv, I guess you could say.
There you go. I think I think that makes the night so much better to not necessarily go by fast, but just more memorable. Because like when you're out there and you're acting and you're scaring the shit out of these people, but you also have other actors like entertaining or helping you set up for a scare. That teamwork makes the dream works. Communication is key. And if you can communicate with your partner and stuff, it's really important for you two to like just intertwine with each other. And that's such a great way to haunt. Now, do you roam or are you in a scene?
So both at times. So as of late, I've mostly been on cue. I've mostly been queue line acting. So I'll roam, I'll scare people, I'll talk to them, I'll give people little trinkets and stuff like that. And then there's times where I am in scenes to like try out different scenes in the haunt, or like recently this year we did queue line. We also did this area, and this because we worked at the Penhurst Asylum. So we did this area where it was in the catacombs. It was like a swamp area. There was a strobe alleyway where it's like a bunch of graffiti on the walls, and that was really cool and fitting for the characters. So we kind of play with different methods and environments just to kind of get used to it, and also don't want to get comfortable doing one thing all the time. So it's let's challenge ourselves a little bit.
It's a form of insanity if you keep on doing the same thing.
Yeah,
I've learned
for sure.
that. I've learned that throughout the years. That's why I used to be a clown all the time. Clown, and I'm like, all right, I can't breathe no more. I gotta do something.
Yeah.
And then the monkey came out, and I'm like, bro, this is fucking fun.
That's fair. Clowns are very versatile, though.
They
I will
are.
say that's
Yeah.
what makes them really fun. Like, I definitely get that. Hence to why I've been trying to do other characters besides Riot. But if you're starting off as a clown, like if you can do a really good clown, you can kind of do majority of things.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, to be honest.
I've learned with like my my character Snags. He's evolved throughout all the years I've been a clown, which is 12 years. I was a clown. Well, I wasn't a clown for 12 years. I was mainly a clown for about, I say 9 years.
You don't even know.
I don't, because I'm losing track. 20 years is a long time, man. I know you've been doing it for 34, but just in general. And I agree with you on that, but it does bring more characteristics to yourself, because like with my clown, I'm an asshole.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't mean to be an asshole, because like I'm like the nicest guy in the world.
When he puts on all of his costumes, it don't matter clown or not, he's an asshole.
I don't mean to. And it's
like
just,
people get mad at him. It's funny, like especially if we're walking around. People like he don't even pay attention half the time. People want to take pictures and stuff. And I'm like,
Damn.
I gotta smack him. Like, dude, they want to take a picture, And he's like, oh, okay, yeah, fuck you. And then he'll walk off. It's like, Okay.
I just ignore people, but it's just the experience. Like, you know, you get a nice clown that's entertaining and stuff, and it's like, oh, dude, look at this red hair clown. Now go fuck yourself, dude. Don't talk to me. And they're like, what the what? What did I
And
do?
the funny thing is, though, I can play nice all day long, but it still terrifies people. They don't trust me. You're a clown. We can't trust you. You say that. I'm being honest, but hey, if you believe what you want, and it scares the hell out of them. I'm not even trying.
That's always
That's fair.
fun.
I know. I'm being nice as can be. I'm taking them around, showing them everything, and you know, again, tour guide Barbie, and yet I'm the asshole, and we can't trust you. You're gonna do something to us. Okay, whatever.
It's crazy.
Now,
Try to do a nice thing.
Yeah.
yeah, no,
Give candy, and all of a sudden it's poison. Like,
Also,
dude,
yeah.
you come to a haunt. I'm here to have fun with you fuckers. Jesus, you can't
like,
please
what's
nobody.
wrong with giving kids like
Damn.
Tootsie Rolls with acid on it? I'm sorry. So anyway, anyways, so like, what was the reason why Field of Screams Maryland was down this year?
Just for like renovation, different things like that. They have some really, really big stuff that they want to do, some different types of like renovations and different types of infrastructure that they want for their haunt. So the main thing that I can say from it, that from what I've seen, is just giving it the best it possibly can, presenting it in the best way, and flushing out the visions that they've been wanting to give to that haunt for years.
Yeah.
And honestly, yeah, I'd say it's definitely for the best, just to kind of, because it was already great for what it was, but having all these ideas just like stockpiled, and having a year to be able to like really like sit down and do the things they've been wanting to do for years is
Yeah.
like very much needed. And I think me and a good few people would love to see that, the full potential of that, you know.
Yeah, I can't wait to see like all the videos and stuff of next year of what it's going to come out to be. So like you said, you went over to Penhurst for this year.
Yeah. Well, I was tour acting for this year, so I mostly did Penhurst, but I also went down to Chicago and did Evil Intentions.
Oh, so I never heard of that one. That sounds interesting.
Yeah, that one's really cool.
Okay, so when what's okay? So your makeup's amazing. Who is?
Thank you.
What is her name? Is it Brielle?
So I have a couple. They're all really awesome people and really dear friends to me. Like, it's another one of those things where it's like your question earlier, like, what do you do outside of like haunting and whatnot, and outside the season? And I hang out with my artists. Like, I hang out with my friends. I hang out with these amazing creators. And the first person who started that for me was Christian. He goes by I Am Zombie.
Okay, yeah.
So he kind of started with face paint and then moved to body paint with me, which helped me a lot with just my physical expression.
Yeah.
And then from working with Christian, then I worked with Brielle.
Brielle.
Yeah, she's really awesome. She worked on some of the ones that I posted recently.
Yeah.
My riot looks with the crown and whatnot. She did that. Then I worked with Mandy.
Lucky.
She was awesome. She did my look for Fright Night.
Okay.
She was awesome. First time meeting her. Well, not the first time meeting her, but the first time sitting down, having a conversation, shooting the shit. Who else? I also worked with Judo, Creations by Judo.
Okay.
It was on Instagram. Yeah. He was really dope. Me and him have talked for a bit about me coming down to Chicago and working at his haunt, because he works at Evil Intentions.
Okay.
So yeah, worked with a couple people for sure.
That is, I think that's honestly, I'm super jealous of you, because I know Mandy is like one of my biggest inspirations as being a makeup artist, because she has an amazing talent that I cannot perfect whatsoever. Because this was my 6th year doing makeup artist, and I'm finally starting to be obsessed about it.
Awesome.
And then, how do you say her name? Brielle?
Brielle.
I actually was sitting down with my fiance, and we were just going through her page, and I'm like, bro, what the fuck am I doing? This is her stuff is so cool, and it's just so.
She's crazy.
Oh my
She's
gosh.
crazy with it.
Yeah, man. I'm super jealous on how these makeup artists really put so much work into it, and like a lot of the times it's nothing for them.
Yeah.
But like with me, I think I'm trying too hard. I'm just not letting loose like I should be.
Mm.
But dude, that's awesome. I love that because it's just one of those things where, oh man, what really got you into fully getting full makeup, and did it help you feel a lot more comfortable with yourself by projecting yourself like that?
Yes. I also want to add the fact that I have gotten a lot of my some of my recent body makeup done by Autumn at Penhurst also.
Okay.
They're also amazingly talented, very, very caring towards their staff. Like to me, like a mother to everybody. Like very, very caring, very, very encouraging, and trusts the models that they're putting their makeup on, like working with us. Like, oh, I want to do this. Okay, cool. Let's try this. Let's do these different things. So
Cool.
I can really appreciate that versatility. Um, as far as I guess makeup for me, it definitely made me more comfortable. I think because I first started doing latex masks,
Yeah.
and that was fun. That was also hell for a bit because it was at Bennett's Curse. It was in a really hot building, and it was wearing a latex mask in a very, very small room. So with a bunch of people, so that was fun. But it was I guess it was too safe for me. Nobody could see my face. Nobody could see the expressions I was making, and at times, uh, say I don't say anything, say I'm just quiet. You can pick up a lot of character from me just by looking at me, just by seeing the kind of facial expressions I'm making and the way
Yes.
I'm twitching or moving. It can tell like a lot of stories just from that. So once I got more comfortable, I guess, and I started getting into makeup, that's what made me slowly take off the mask and then get comfortable with expressing myself because I was in a mask for like 6, 7 years.
Hmm.
So makeup definitely helped me with expressing parts of myself that I didn't know that I had until I finally did the body
Yeah.
paint, had the body paint done on me, and had the face paint done on me.
Yeah, I love that because like I'm the same way. I don't get me wrong. I've wore my latex mask, my silicone mask, and stuff, but I always loved body paint or makeup itself because it's one of those things where I am able to express myself through my facial features by showing them my teeth, my eyes, my smile, anything that I'm able to show, I can do that. But it always helps if the makeup is exactly on point. Because if it's crappy makeup, you're like, fuck, man.
Yeah,
I look like.
no, I completely get that.
I remember the first time, this is like 12 years ago when I first started working at Land of Illusion. And this is when I was a clown. And this is why I started wearing a mask. But it's not like that no more. One of the makeup artists that's not there no more. And they're like, all right, we're gonna paint you up. I'm like, oh, okay, all right. So they painted me up, and I turned around, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? Dude,
Yeah.
I looked like a mixture between like ICP and some fucking, I don't know, dumbass. I looked so stupid, and I'm like, I don't know if I can work here. Like, it almost like ruined my career at Land of Illusion because I was like, dude, what the hell is this? And
Yeah.
so I started wearing a mask, and I fell in love with it. But then, we started getting better makeup artists throughout the years, and I started learning my own technique on just being as simple as I can when it comes to being a clown. I'm a huge fan of classic Carney clowns, simple lines. I love mimes for some reason, which that's kind of like a clown in a way, kind of.
Mine was pretty. Yeah, I guess they come from the same caliber.
Yeah, but they're very creepy. But I was a very, very loud mime because I had a chainsaw.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And so I let it loose. And that's what got my love for being a clown. But yeah, I love that. I wish I could be comfortable enough to let loose like that. So kudos for you to really just opening up and just expressing yourself like that and projecting yourself like that, because I ain't got the balls for that. So that's great. What's one of your most unforgettable memories at Field of Screams or Penhurst or
In general.
In general, yeah.
Um, I think just for me, some of my favorite unforgettable moments, because there's definitely a few for me, especially within last year and this year, um, was just people kind of just seeing me, and like bringing stuff for me, or like wanting to take pictures, or I've had a couple people see me and be like, "Oh my God, it's Rebel Riot, let's fucking go!" Like that was awesome to kind of be like noticed for like something that I do on a daily basis, that I work on, that I think about. So it was really cool to be like embraced by by people for something that a lot of people would consider as crazy, and like, oh, like it's not practical.
Right.
But it's really fun to have that. It's also um just working with friends, working with people that I really care about, that have brought up my character, that have influenced me and helped me. Like those things are very important. Uh, of course, getting great scares, scaring people around, chasing them and stuff is really fun. But it's moments where I get to spend with like my partner, or some of the makeup artists, or some of my friends, where it's just like I finally, like, I feel like safe. I feel warm. I feel like I can, I feel that sense of community that I've been looking for.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's yeah, fuck yeah. Yeah, and it's just one of those things. If you hold those memories and you don't really think about what you're doing in the moment, because if you think in the moment, then it's not technically like an unforgettable memory because it's happening, but it's like one of those things, like if you just look back and be like, yeah, I remember that night.
Yeah.
That was a good night. And you hold those and you cherish those and you turn those into, like, fuel, and you ignite them to try to create more memories with all your friends, with all, the customers that you interact with and stuff. Now, like, what's one of the best memories you had with a customer?
With a customer, I think one of my best moments I had was just like they wanted pictures, they wanted like TikTok videos, they like wanted to like it was interesting. It was a really interesting interaction. I think they were also drunk, but like they wanted me to like call their mom and all this kind of stuff, and it was like it was really cool. It wasn't. I wouldn't say it was in a weird way at all. They were really funny. They were really jokeified with it. So I enjoyed it, and we kind of bounced off of each other's like insanity a bit. So that happened this year, and they were so like intrigued with seeing my character that they wanted to work on work on art for me, and like I don't know, I guess just that person in general just had so much belief and so much like surprise and what I brought to this character, that they just wanted to be like as included as they possibly could within the development of it. And having people like that was just like very affirming for something that, I mean, to me, I felt very certain of, but definitely like a new horizon of certainty that I didn't think I had.
Yeah, and it really makes you feel like a somebody,
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
it's like a type of like fame in the way. Like, man, you made me feel like I'm $1 million because you want me to call your mom or take a picture. Like, now I'm in your phone, so I'm gonna get locked in, and I'm gonna
Hmm.
set viruses in your phone because that's just who I am.
Yeah.
But it's just one of those things where it's like, oh, this is neat. All right, this is just one thing that I want more of this. But that's another way to fuel the fire. You want to try to get yourself out there because, one, you're your own personal little billboard. You're going out there promoting yourself and getting yourself out there as much as you can if you really want it. Now, the question is like, do you really want it? I mean, that's the thing. But you don't really tell people like, man, I really want this. You just do it. You make it happen. And I think that's what's really cool about you, and the fact I read on your profile that you create your own costumes.
Yep.
That's awesome. So did you create the shoulder pads?
So the shoulder pads, they first started with one of I Am Zombie's photo shoots that he did. He did a Mad Max, like Joker-esque look for somebody.
Mhm.
And I thought it was like the coolest thing. This is before I really like looked through his page and stalked it, because that's what I do. When you know what I mean, once I meet an artist, once I meet somebody that's awesome and like a good friend of mine, I stalk their entire page. I'm like, oh my God, let me see what they've been doing. let me let, let me try to understand this person's insanity.
Right.
So I remember when I first worked at Field of Screams, because Riot was created like just off of improv and just off of things that I found lying around upstairs. And one of those things were the shoulder guards. No other clown was using that. So originally I was like, oh, let me do like a Mad Max, like a Mad Max-esque style with it and like try my own take with that. And then it evolved to what it was. And with that, just kind of, just worked off of just the improv of what I first started with and the makeup and the color scheme. And yeah, I would say that's how that first started.
That's cool. So how long does it typically
Yeah.
take to create a costume for yourself?
Um, it really depends. Sometimes it could take really long because I'm really impulsive with some of the decisions I make, and I really want to like dig deep into different like historical stuff about the characters, like where they come from. They all come from like different parts of like thing. Like for me, I was big on history growing up, like in school and whatnot. So I have this character that I'm working on currently for Valentine's Day. Their name is Obscura, and it is my first like it's not my first gender bended character, but it's my first like established like name, lore, and everything based character.
Okay.
And they originate from the World War I German mustard gas
Oh, fuck.
era. Yeah.
Oh,
So
God.
the whole idea of that is there was a lot of pictures and theories of people who would get married in their wedding dress and in their uniform with their gas mask on, because they didn't know if tomorrow was going to be their last day.
Right.
So they would try to marry to honor what they felt it was to be a great mother, a great wife. They wanted to like do that as soon as they could before they would die with essentially like this dishonor to them.
Right.
So I wanted to make this character kind of be this withered woman that left home and left her baby at home and came back, and the baby passed from the mustard gas, and she passed with the baby. Uh, so she's like she kind of lives based on like the phantom regret of that guilt. So the character is essentially going to be a woman in a burned radio like mustard gas like esque arm, and like a burnt side of the face with like a blind eye and a big gas mask. And I'm essentially going to get a bouquet of flowers,
Oh, that's
and
cool.
I'm gonna put a fog machine in it, and I'm gonna put a yellow light in it. That way, it looks like I'm spraying yellow mustard gas on people.
That'd be so cool. That's gonna be really unique.
Yeah.
Now I know there's a guy that I was just talking to, which is funny that you brought up the gas mask. I think it was I forget who the hell it was. I don't remember his name. But anyways, he has an original, authentic, still in the bag, Mickey Mouse kids gas mask. So
Oh
like,
wow.
yeah, I was like, bro, like you gotta like, give me that because, that's history, man. And
Right.
he sent me a picture and he's like, yeah, I'll take like 500 for it. I'm like, no, I'm good, dude. You can just keep it. But
Shit.
just the fact that he has that, because like during that time, they wanted people to feel
There's a way to promote.
yeah, promote Disney for one,
Yeah.
but just in fact, just like make people feel normal, like the pandemic moment. They want people to feel normal when
Yeah.
zombies are rolling around. But just
Yeah.
in general, that is
Don't panic. It's just a zombie.
yeah, it's just
Yeah.
a
It's
zombie.
yeah. take your happy pills to disassociate you from what really is happening.
Yeah, it's like, what's that book called? One Flew of the Cuckoo's Nest. Medicine time. Do you ever study psychology, how people react towards scares?
Yeah. So not all the time, but I definitely like play into trying to learn about like phobias and like different frequencies based on like recently I started watching videos on people's like heartbeats and reactions towards like horror movies and like in theater reactions and stuff like that. So yeah, I definitely have my hyper fixated moments where I kind of dig deep into that.
Now, what's one of your favorite scares you love doing?
One of my favorite scares. I think one of my favorite scares is just going up to people because I guess with the Riot character, I do this thing where it's fun to kind of like almost play that I'm a clown because the whole idea of Riot is like a demonic entity that essentially was enslaved to the underworld to play music forever.
Yeah.
So he's the symphony of ruin. So he essentially when I see people, I'll scare them and I'll kind of like mimic their cries or I'll mimic like them trying to do something like I'll mimic trying to act like a normal person, almost like a skinwalker.
Aww.
But the funny aspect of that is that I'm failing. And that's the funny that's I guess the jarring but yet somewhat funny esque way about it is it's like, oh, like he's not doing a good job at trying to imitate a person because he's not.
Yeah.
And then people can either laugh and be like, oh, that's so funny, or they can stick around long enough to kind of just be like, okay, that's a little weird now. Like, why is he acting like that? He's not acting like a clown. He's acting like something else trying to be a clown.
So you're just diving deep in their heads without them even knowing. It's like the sign
exactly
the sign of manipulation.
Exactly. And that's what I
it.
enjoy as far as the genres of like the subgenres of horror. I love giving people like an eerie feel to my characters because like the horror I feel like is going to be the thrill of it. You're going to feel that in that moment and it can either be super impactful or just like a little jump.
Yep.
But with an eerie aspect to things, that shit lingers.
Fuck yeah,
that's gonna fuck with you later on because you're gonna be like, oh, okay, like that was really freaky. I've never seen that before. Like you said, it kind of manipulated and fucked with my head a little bit, like, you know?
Well, I did that with my kid, which is, I said this a bunch of times, but like, I traumatized my kid because an old show that I was on, we started talking about fear. And one of the guys asked me, he's like, you know, Arthur, what's one of your fears? And I'm like, so I started thinking and I'm like, I always feel like someone's watching me. And they're like, all right, make a video out of it. I'm like, okay. I'll make a video of that. Fuck yeah, dude. So I made a video of me sleeping on the bed, and then it cut to like my bathroom door open, and I wake up, and I look at my bathroom door, and the door is open, and there's a shadow up top, and nobody's there. And it fades back to me on the bed, back to the door, back to the bed. Well, eventually, the next shot would be me looking at the door, and now there's a face, like a half a head peeking over the door. So the door is like 8 foot tall, and someone just peeking over, just staring. No sounds, just staring. So that's where I got the really good technique of silent stalking. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful way to scare people.
There you go.
That's very fair.
Do that next year. Just go around with a piece of cardboard, and just have your eyes just doing this, just looking at people.
What are you doing, dude?
Hey.
But I traumatized my kid because of that video. Now we call it the doorman.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
The doorman's coming.
The doorman is coming. But as I traumatized my kid, not meaning to, didn't mean to, I promise you, that was not my intentions to completely petrify my son, but I physically scared him. But that gave me an idea. I said, I can.
Next time I see him, I'm going to ask him.
He hasn't seen the video in a long time, but I know.
I'm going to say, hey, when was the last time you seen the doorman?
I'll fuck him up.
Oh. Now, see, now you got to make that as a character.
Yep.
But how?
Mm-hmm.
I'm short. I'm fucking short. I'm 5'7". So
we'll get you some stilts.
Well, I was standing on a little kid's potty because I'm so short.
Oh my goodness.
Now, Over the years of haunting itself, has it changed you as a person?
Absolutely. I
Okay.
will say, for me, one second. Yeah, so for me, yeah, it's changed, like, on top of just, like, having that community and having people that, like, care and wanna be, like, involved in what I got going on. It's changed me because like, I was a very introverted child that didn't necessarily have, like, a way of, like, expressing towards, like, I guess what people would say, like, tries to normalize things and make things practical growing up. So, um having like a community that helped me finally get out of my shell and express myself the way I felt I should have been expressing myself has helped me. Has definitely helped me do that. Um, and it's kind of given me just the confidence because I mean, we will freeze in time and become like the remnants of a shell of what was if we don't have enough people that care and give us the confidence to be who we are. And the day that happens, you die.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
know, the day you conform, the day you freeze, the day you die, because you're just a vessel of literally what was. So the haunt community, the friends that are in it, the you know people like y'all, the people who give people like me a platform to speak and express ourselves, um really affirms that idea that it is all worth it.
It
and
is.
and there is, like, it may have taken a while for that to happen, and some people may have been bullied or hurt or abused for it, but, like, we're here, and we have a lot to say about these feelings and thoughts.
Yeah. Now, I'm glad you said something about bullying. This is one of my biggest things. I hate it so much because, I was bullied when I was younger, and I can't stand people that act like they're better than somebody.
Oh yeah.
And I won't personally bring up this situation, but I'll try to beat around the bush as much as possible. There
Right.
is this review board that's trying to bully another haunt because this haunt didn't want a review from them because they are a biased review board, and the only thing they really worry about is um, tits and money.
I see. Tits and
Um,
money.
yeah, so it's a very unfair thing, and this review board went out to a different haunt and started spreading rumors, and basically this one haunt is bullying this owner in a way where he is not able to do anything because he's criticized on how he does things. But I have one thing to say about that. The man that is running this haunt has a heart, is getting kids off the street from trouble. He's putting everything he can to make sure that these kids feel like they're welcomed, they have a home, they have something to look forward to every year because they may have not had that before. And he does his absolute best to make sure that they go home safely every single night and they have something to talk about right before they go to sleep. That
That's
to
awesome.
me is a person that needs to be spoken about. That is a person that really needs to be involved more into the haunt industry. But the other people are the reason why a lot of people either harm themselves in a way where we can't take back. And it's very unfair and very unprofessional to do that. We're all human
Yeah.
beings. We all bleed the same, right? You don't, that's disrespectful as fuck. And as a haunt industry, we are all as one.
Yeah.
Nobody's
Yeah.
better than anybody, period.
Oh
That
yeah, we're all playing dress up.
That's all we are. All right.
Yeah.
It's not a competition. Yes, there are like trophies and awards and review boards and all that. And yes, review boards give numbers out and say, yo, you're number one this, you're this and that. But in reality, you are still a part of this haunt community as a whole.
Yeah. I I feel I feel that too because I feel like people would see, I guess, just like the likes or the follows or like some of the support I get, and think that I'm just like not a normal person, like that I'm just like, and I don't really like the idea of like, because there's a lot of actors that have been doing this for a while that have a bigger following that like work the most normal jobs
Yeah.
and do the most normal things, and it's like anybody could do this shit. Like, and in my opinion, I feel like it's one of the easiest environments to be able to get into acting as a whole in general,
Yes.
because literally you can volunteer to do it, you can get paid to do it, you can start at any point, anybody could do it. Like there's a lot of haunts that bring in like they're not very specific with the people they bring in. They A lot of haunts that I've been to give a lot of people chances to be able to express and uncover what, who they are and how they feel. And um I mean, a community like this doesn't need anybody with weird cases of like entitlement or like competitive nature and shit like that. It's like, do you not remember where you came from? Like, you
Right.
came into an environment where you weren't confident until you got the following you did and the likes and the appreciation you got. So don't act brand new all of a sudden.
Yeah. And make fun of people for going out there and looking badass. That's
Exactly, because we're all the same. Like, it's.
those people have little wieners. Fuck
Yeah,
those people, dude. And I
yeah.
hate them so
Little
bad.
little dick energy for sure.
Little dick energy. That's
Hmm.
what I'm gonna start calling them.
Hmm.
I hate it so bad because
Yeah.
it's like, don't sit here and bully one another when you have no fucking clue on anything. But when you go home, I bet you sit in front of that TV. Like, man, I wish I had friends. Well, there's a reason why you don't have friends, bud.
Oh yeah.
Don't make fun of them. All right?
Hmm.
We're out here trying to just be ourselves. And, you come in with an attitude and act like you're some type of like God. Yeah, dude, you're the
Right.
type of person that
Right.
shops at Spirit Halloween and puts white face paint on and a bloody white shirt. Thanks, dude.
Right. Right. Like, bitch, we working in the same scene.
Yeah.
We are not that different. Come on now.
Yeah, I say roar and you say boo. There's a big fucking difference.
There's a big difference.
Oh man, I love that so much. So,
Yeah.
with your experience of the 9 years you've been working in this haunt industry, what is
Mhm.
one of the biggest things you would give yourself advice to, or anybody, if they want to step foot into this world?
I would say, like, just do it. Just get into the just start. Like, start somewhere, and play into your ugly. Like, play into those things you don't want people to see. Play into those insecurities. Play into those all those things that you're ashamed of. Like, can be very horrific and can be very, very like a lot of people can empathize with that and people can relate to it. You know what I mean? Like, blend that into your craft, blend that into your characters, because as much as these characters might be scary, the stories of which they come from is also just as horrific, because there were real monsters that hurt the people who became the monsters. You know what I mean? And the people are now wearing them. So yeah, I would say start. And like I said, from my experience, I know there's a couple places out there, and there's a couple of people that are a little weird about it. In any group, you're always going to find some weirdos and people that do weird shit. So I'm not going to say every community is going to be the best, but from what I've experienced, I've had great communities. I've had some very like competitive communities. So yeah, I would just say, stick around the people that are there for your best interests. You know what I mean? And be you at the end of the day, because that's what I want to see. Like, when I'm acting with somebody, I don't want to see, because I've had people try to copy me. I've had people try to imitate things I do and whatnot, and it's flattering, really, but it's not like I want to see you, like who are you, who am I working with, and um like what can you bring new to this, because I'm not the kind of person that's going to be like, oh, like, no, you're shit at this, you're not good. It's like, no, I'm going to want to help you. I'm going to want to help you flesh out a character or a feeling, because I may not have all the answers, but I definitely have enough sympathy to go around for
Yeah.
a lot of people.
Yeah, and I think that's what's cool about Steve. Steve is one of the Steve's a very, very blunt person. he is not afraid to say something. And the
Yeah.
moment he catches somebody mimicking him, he's like, all right, I'm going to fix this real fucking quick. He's not a dick about it, but he leads them to a path of their own identity. And it
Yeah.
helps.
A
And
healthy humbling.
yeah, and he's
Yeah.
pretty stern about it, but it's for a person that's been doing it for 34 years, you kind of like, okay, I'm going to listen to you because maybe you have some type of advice that I've never heard before. Now, it like you said, it is flattering and it is like kind of like we're giving them inspiration, but there's other ways to do that.
Well, see,
Absolutely.
that's what we've ran into because, like you said, when it's flattering when you see people somewhat trying to copy or pose off what you're doing. I've seen it with him a lot. People have tried to copy his stuff for years
Mhm.
out where we work. Now, granted, the past couple years, it's not been too bad. It's kind of died down, which I'm glad. But there for a while, it was just like, I was like, are you guys serious? Like, dude, that's him.
Yeah.
He created that. And yet
Yeah.
here you are trying to go and make it more than what it is. Don't do that. It's just like, you guys are looking stupid. Just stop.
Exactly. Because you can attempt to copy it visually, but you can't copy like the character itself, like
Yeah,
the lore and the pain that went into making this character.
Exactly.
So it's like you could try cosplaying something, but I'm pretty sure people want the real deal.
Yeah.
Oh fuck yeah!
You know?
I want to see a shitty Pennywise somewhere.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't want no fucking Goodwill Rubik running around.
No, Goodwill.
or a Goodwill Riot. Like, come on now.
Yeah. I'd rather see Michael Keaton as Batman, not this fucking Ben Affleck, dude. What the fuck? But, okay, so, like, the biggest inspiration, the biggest question, the biggest word, in your own words, on a deep level,
Yeah.
what does haunting mean to you?
So,
And why?
so for me, I think haunting means a lot for me. Haunting means almost everything, I would say. Haunting plays into the music I make. Haunting plays into the drawings I make. Haunting plays into the costume designing. Haunting plays into my day to day. It was the first ever environment that I was in where I felt like I was actually doing something that made sense. I was actually doing something right. And I wouldn't trade it for a thing. There's so many facets also in haunting. You can get into makeup, you can get into scene design, you can get into so many different things. And there was a lot of ups and downs for me within, a lot of my endeavors, and a lot of people I met were maybe not the best, but also amazing at the same time. So yeah, I would say it's just about everything for me. Yeah. This is all I think about. This is all I want to pour majority of my time into. And what I want to do with all this, because I'm so stubborn that I know I'm not going to stop with this. Like, I'm just going to keep doing it.
Yeah.
And I just want to be able to help the people like me, help the people that grew up like that, and also kind of bring some awareness to like some ethnic groups, because in the horror business and horror movies and whatnot, you don't see a lot of brown representation within antagonists and protagonists and different things like
people.
that. Yeah, it's always goddamn white people, and it's like, that's cool and all, but you know what I mean, we need some culture, we need some also like other cultures in there.
Yeah.
We need some of that, because America is full of all kinds of people.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to be able to tell my story, and I also want to be able to kind of just be like a representation of people who question, oh well, am I too short, am I this color, or do I look like this? And it's like, I'm 5'8", brown, like I can do it. I want to do it. You can absolutely do it.
But you still bleed red.
Exactly. Yeah, it's like anybody could do this shit. Like, I've met some amazing actors that deserve more recognition for sure.
Absolutely.
And I'm one of those people that not only want to do it for myself, but want to do it to spread awareness to those groups of people, and people who grew up not really having a heading of who they wanted to be, and are just living a shell of their former their former self within this reality.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. Like one thing I always say is, some people call it horror, we call it home.
yeah,
This is our life. And another thing I always say all the time, you weren't born a monster, you were made into a monster. You're a haunter.
Yeah.
You really go out there, you express yourself in so many different ways that you don't care what other people think about you. You are who you are, and that's what makes you a haunter. That makes you stand out more than anybody else in this world. You are a true haunter where it's about the passion, it's about the truth, it's about the pain, the suffering. You are not afraid to express it because that's just who you are as a human being.
Unapologetically me.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think that's what makes a really good actor, actress in theater, movies, anywhere. If you can do it, you can express yourself in this character and really show yourself who you are as a person. That's what a haunter means to me. That is what
Absolutely.
we are as a huge family. We all have our own demons we battle, and we all are struggling through something. And everybody in this world is struggling through something. But those people that are not afraid to express it and really just put it out there or put it into your characters like you do, it helps you evolve as a human being in this world, because this world is completely fucking disgusting right now. It's falling apart physically. And it is our job as haunters to make sure we gather up those pieces and put them back together. It's not about September and October. It's about fucking haunting. I wish haunting was like the definition of life. Like I just wish it was. But man, that's a wrap on that, man. I really do appreciate you expressing yourself. And it really means a lot to us to finally speak with you, due to the fact that you show yourself in a way that a lot of people don't, and that's what we need in this haunt world. And for you to not be afraid like some people are, you're showing them that it's all right, it's okay, everything's gonna be fine. Just go out there and do it.
I told you I'm too stubborn.
Yeah, welcome.
Yeah, I'm just too damn stubborn. That's my problem.
And don't stop, because when your journey, yes, you're at 9 years. That may seem like a long time, but I bet you in like 5 years, it is going to be 10 times better. You're going to learn more. You're going to teach people more. They're going to look at you as a role model. You're going to take thousands of more pictures where these annoying ass fucking customers, 6'7", 6'7". It's like, or there's gonna be a new trend. I don't know what it is, and I hope to God I don't deal with it. But just in general, you're going out there, you're putting on a face, and you're scaring the shit out of these people in so many different ways. And the biggest thing is you love doing what you do. It is in your blood. It is in your heart, and you express it in a way that a lot of people can't. But you're showing them that if you can do it, I can do it.
Absolutely.
Fuck yeah.
I hope a lot of people, anybody who watched this can definitely get some closure in what I talked about and how I'm feeling, because there's plenty of people that I've talked to who feel very similar ways, for sure.
Yeah, and that a lot of people need to hear it. They need that guidance. Steve, do you have any questions?
Nope.
Do you have any questions, bud?
No, I think that's about it. Yeah.
Cool. Me. And it's, how do you say your name again?
Avel.
Avel.
Yeah, so
like Adele. You gotta think of Adele, the singer.
Yep. Avel. Well, I know it's like usually like once we let our I cannot fucking talk today. Our interview, our person go. We usually do a little talk, so it's Avel. All right, cool. All right, man. Well, I appreciate you so much with everything that you've done and communicating and talking and expressing yourself, and just always keep telling yourself that you can do this no matter what anybody says.
Absolutely.
All right, cool, man. Well, thank you so much, and stay spooky and stay classy.
See ya.
All right.
See ya. Guys, that was
Avel.
Avel from Field of Screams, Maryland. But he currently was at Pennhurst. I don't even know where. I think Pennhurst is in Pennsylvania.
I believe.
I believe so. But stand up for yourself. Be yourself. Fuck the bullies. All right? Don't let those people walk all over you. You are better than them. And if you're struggling through stuff where it's hard for you to say stuff, speak. Fucking speak. It's okay, I promise. You're going to get through it. Everything is going to be stronger for you. Everything is going to be better for you. Open up the heart and then put it into haunting. Fucking put it into haunting. God damn it. I'm going to say it again. Put your heart, your life into haunting. Like he does. They really put every last bit of the pain, the suffering, the past into each and one of their characters. And they express themselves. Do it. Just fucking do it. What are you doing? Get off this episode.
He forgets I'm the mic god over here. I control the buttons.
Get off this episode and just go do it.
Yeah.
But other than that, guys, that was Avel. Thank you. I appreciate that. Because we need more people like that. But other than that, guys, this is the Dark Carousel Podcast. We are, again, looking for unique people and trying to learn more about this haunt industry and diving deep into these people's brains and to really help them express themselves and putting them out there onto this platform and showing you what a true haunter is all about.
Yeah.
Flat out. And again, fuck the bullies. And drink some Frankenfuel. Frankenfuel.com/DCP to get 15% off your next purchase, guys. Thank you, Mike Casavant. And thank you, Avel, for taking time out of your day and speaking with us. Other than that, Steve, do you have anything?
Nope.
And my name is Arthur, and that is Steve. And we are the Dark Carousel Podcast, and this carousel will never stop spinning. Deuces. Bye.